Hi everybody and welcome back to This is the Police. We have the Freeburg Tribune, feminist organization denied official resignation. The Golden Bird says Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. And the Fact, Freeburg's #1 paper, enemies using feminists to destroy Freeburg. Alright, that sounds like a day. Oh, we got some story!
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shot.
Hell yeah.
In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all three of our sons supported me.
That's good.
The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old.
Oof.
Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that.
Ouch.
Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go
Ouch,
back
Sally.
into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
I like Sally. She's fucking harsh, though. My father's funeral is today. Can you relieve me so I can go to the burial? Yes! Damn, Price, your father was still alive? It's okay, we can do without Price. Price wasn't that good anyway. What do we want to do? I kind of like that one. No, I didn't like that one. That was it. Let's try this one. Let's see what this one is. This isn't too bad. What is this? If someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene, the case can go to your detectives. Fire all black cops from City Hall. A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to the local radio station promising to kill all the black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not... Excuse me, we are months away before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of the citizens support them. They'll have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. Well, that's not gonna happen. Do I have to do this? I guess I do. There's been a homicide in the ghetto. They investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather whatever information seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be the lead investigator on the case. You can assign additional detectives to any case who will work under the lead investigator as subordinates. Shit. My fucking sound. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. Well then, Mobile's gotta take the lead, doesn't she? Black activist Ronnie Moore was found shot outside his home. We'll put both DeBrito and Armstrong on it. There's been a destruction of property in the City Hall parking lot. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards! Thieves! Bloodsuckers!" This sounds like a job for Woodard. And he can take Asano with him. Who do we have that's black? Oh no. Oh no, fuck that. We're not losing Stovall. City Hall can suck my dick. There's been a carjacking in the suburb. A gas station surveillance camera recorded the car that's on the stolen vehicles list. Oh shit, okay. Kochi, you're up. And you can take... Purdy's a bit good. You take Tsubaki with you. Take Austin as well. Was that too many officers for that? Investigation started. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. Alright, so we got some clues here. Eric Graham, a drunk witness. They drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Mr. Clayton, the neighbor, Glenn Clayton, the neighbor, says, I only heard a few muffled shots. Lawrence Carr, a neighbor. He got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time, and recently there's been a lot of cursing and carrying on. Mrs. Cobb, Stacy Cobb, a witness. I don't remember the car, but the neighborhood was quiet. I never heard any shots. Mr. Carpenter, a neighbor. The police these days don't do anything. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine. It was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Okay, so really the only thing we got is that it was a sedan.
212 complete.
Good job, Woodard and Asano. Is this Woodard's first day on the job? I don't remember him. It might be. Okay. Everything's good. Everything's full.
1210 and
Suspicious individual in Desire Park. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a bench beside a playground. He's been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. Oh, that actually does sound quite serious. The driver's nowhere to be seen. Wait a safe distance for the driver to appear and interview any potential eyewitnesses or search the... I think we wait.
130.
Yeah! Look at that. Austin's actually making something of herself. And Woodard and Asano came back. We just hired Woodard. We can't fire Woodard. We just hired him.
1210 complete.
Yeah. Kazuki Tamura at the Dragon's Lair Club. Boyd, I'm opening Freeburg's first martial arts club, and for my first exhibition, I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks and something that'll help him out in the streets. Well, let's wait for Kochi to come back, because Kochi is kind of our toughest cop. There we go. Send Kochi out. That was a great use of Kochi's time. Kochi is gonna go beat up some people. Your detectives present frames, different versions of what might have happened at the crime scene. I got 3 new frames. They get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate fact from fiction, and they know how to look at the case materials. The more professional the detectives working on an investigation, the better their instincts. To get to your suspects, you'll need to figure out the true sequence of events at the crime scene, using the frames you think likely, sometimes with a little guesswork thrown in. If you add it all up, the sequence fails, you're probably telling the wrong story. Alright, so that's Drug Lord. And then there's a car. And then there's a shooting. Oh no, that's the car waiting. This is the car driving. That's the car. So the car waiting, the car driving, and the car shooting? The car waiting and then leaving? Or maybe the car's waiting, then they shoot, and then they drive off. Or maybe it's the other way around. Ah! When an investigation pans out, you know you'll have yourself a suspect. Sometimes there's more than one, but in this case, your detectives have narrowed it down to a single candidate. The suspect's Travis Horton, a known racist who already has several previous convictions. Your detectives have information on the whereabouts of the suspect. Sometimes there might be a number of locations to choose from. To carry out an arrest, 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to apprehend the suspect. If the lead investigator is not on duty, the arrest will have to wait, but remember that fugitives won't sit patiently until your schedule clears. Also remember that criminals will react in different ways. A frightened thief is more likely to surrender as soon as the game is up. A brutal killer might want to see just how many he can take with him. The more dangerous criminals, it's safer to send experienced officers, and even the SWAT team if you see fit. Travis works as at the port as a loader. Yancey and Purdy, you're up, because Kochi's busy, beating people up. He's just one guy, though, so I don't know that we need the SWAT. Let's hang on to the SWAT.
311A in progress.
There's been a fight at Kevin's Throat Bar. A bartender reports that a couple of dancers started fighting over tips, and a catfight broke out right on stage. That sounds awesome. Let's send our female officers. Not that we don't trust Woodard, but it's like, it's a catfight.
311A.
There's been a fight at the Octopus restaurant. The bartender reported that a fight has broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while this local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. We only need one guy for that. Come on, Woodard. Right, so everybody's out right now. The report... Chief, I just about nailed the Jap shit. I just about nailed the Jap a couple times, but he was too fast for me and won on points. I don't really understand the rules, so I can't keep track of points very well. But he was alright. Even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away a little and pulled my back. Think I can take a day off? Alright, Kochi. Well, the day's pretty much over. Go ahead, Kochi. You've earned it.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation.
On the stage, the 2 strippers are going at it, and it's gone beyond arguing to full-on catfight. The bouncer's fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunk patrons are happily watching the fight. Shut off the music and turn on the lights. Draw your service weapon. Listen, girls, cut the crap or this is gonna get serious. I think maybe we should just jolt them out of it. The strippers continue fighting, oblivious to police presence. Ask the bartender for a bucket of cold water and throw it on the combatants. Watch the strippers go at it and don't interfere. Step onto the stage and try to separate the girl. Let's shock them out of it.
311A complete.
Fuck. Yeah! You were able to arrest all suspects. Nice.
311A complete.
Ah, Woodard. Woodard. Damn, okay. Alright, so day 5. We have what, 180 of these? Alright, Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. Oh no. Mayor Rogers, city has no problem with racists. Mayor Rogers, you're such a piece of shit. Oh, more story.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn.
A body. Oh shit.
I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door.
Dude, just go to a
Now they're
chiropractor.
knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn.
Kendrick.
In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time. But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
I don't like that.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
You told your Mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me, my family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
I fail to see how this is my issue.
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the Mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
Oh shit. Oh shit, we have a choice. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I did say last episode that we were going to try to earn our money above board and try to be straight and narrow. But how I had the suspicion that things would get quite murky. And here it be. If we help Kendrick, Kendrick will be able to escape with his wife and daughters. But if I agree to help Kendrick, then the Mafia will get inside the police station, and we don't really want that. I'm kind of pissed at Kendrick for doing that anyway. If we refuse to help Kendrick, then he and his family are going to die. But I also fail to see how this is my problem, since he's the one who put himself in this position anyway. And Jack Boyd seems to be, like a no-nonsense kind of dude. Do I go with the bleeding heart, or do I go with what's best for the police station? I'm gonna... Police station.
I'm not gonna lecture you, Frank. I don't think I have anything to say that you don't already know. I'm sorry for your family. I wish them all the best of luck.
Just left him. Stone cold. This is not a getaway car. White didn't come into work today. Isn't that the one we just hired? Alright, so we listened to this one yesterday. What's this one? Kinda like this one. No matter your personal relationship with the city administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send appropriate requests to the mayor. Affairs? City Hall? Decisions from City Hall depend on whether they're satisfied with your work. You can send requests every 5 days. The fools in charge of the city may refuse outright or accept only some of your requests. So only ask for what you really need. Well, let's... Oh shit, let's ask for all of it, okay. Tomorrow's the deadline. I'm not gonna do that. Ugh, that's not a big salary. I mean, it's a very nice salary. It's certainly more than I make in a week. Not for making 1.5, not for making $500,000. Alright, there's been some disorderly conduct at Eddie's Burgers. Every morning there's a dirty, piss-soaked bum sleeping at the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches, scaring all the customers. Robbins, sounds like a job for you, and take Grant with you.
910B in progress.
Robbery at Touch of Dionysus liquor store. Witness looking on from her window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered the nearby liquor store. Alright, there's an armed man. However, so we're gonna send... And we'll send the Birches as well. Do we want the SWAT? I don't think we want the SWAT team. I think we want to hang on to the SWAT team. We are now left with just Roy, which is a little bit of an issue.
311
Damn it.
in progress.
A hot dog vendor reports that he saw two Elvis impersonators grappling right there on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish and beating each other with microphone stands. That sounds like a job for Roy.
210 complete.
Awesome, offender caught. Officers unharmed. Grant's like making something of herself.
We've got a situation
Shop has 2
here.
exits from which a few people have already split. Sneak up to the back door, drive a patrol car right through the front window, enter the store through the let's go through the back door. The stick-up man noticed the police presence and took the cashier hostage. He's holding his gun to the hostage's head, shouting, "Back off or I'll blow his goddamn face off." Meanwhile, the cashier is yelling at an unknown language. You and the mask shut your face and drop the weapon. Silently take aim at the robber. Quiet, Abdul, you're just making things more complicated. Should we talk to him or just try to... I feel like we should try to talk to him. The robber grows visibly nervous. Don't shoot, please. I just need the money. I'll just take a little bit and go. No one was hurt. The cashier begins to cry. There's only 2 ways out of the shop, and cuffs are in a body bag. I'll let you leave here upright, but only if you release the hostage. Shoot the robber. Uh,
910B complete.
Yeah! Oh, the Birches didn't drag it down! Oh my god, we got a... Ernest Fitzgerald in the countryside says, Jack, this year... This year the organizers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules of the annual shooting contest. It now features teams instead of single competitions. Can you send 2 of your finest marksmen? I'd really love to do well in the competition. Grant and Robbins are not quite back yet. There they are. They're not our best guys, but they are the guys. It's a hot one today. A lot of people are going for a swim. Last week, 4 people drowned on the beaches of Freiburg, and the press was in an uproar. Please send someone to keep an eye on things. That's unfortunate, because I don't actually have anybody. There's been a robbery at the city center. An antique Chinese necklace was stolen from Bao Liang, while she was on her way to the pawn shop. Alright, so Case is definitely going to lead this one, but Beasley and Moser are definitely going to support it.
311 812 in progress.
Yeah, we figured. We don't actually have any officers for that. We gotta wait for some people to come back. I know. Come on, guys, come on. Alright, and you're going out again. Alright, destruction of property at the Gallery of Modern Art. At a gallery exhibition entitled Sex Operation, a gang of young people in ski masks forced their way in and began smashing the exhibit, shouting, "We don't need this shit in our city!" Oh wow, we can send a lot of people. So we'll send Stovall and Vandal and the Birches. See if we can't build up the Birches a little bit. Okay, so we got Bao Liang, the victim. Me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation, and I was going to pawn an antique necklace, which has been in my family for many centuries. As I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything, not even cry out. Dwayne Fishman, witness. The offender was on a motorcycle. He drove down the road, grabbed the bag, and then escaped. I tried to race after him, but I didn't even have time to see if it was a man or a woman. Anita J. Olivares, witness. I couldn't see his face, but he was dressed in a jacket, like those other bikers who hang out on the street corners. Kathy Phillips. It was definitely not a local biker. They're bald and have beards, and this guy looked Asian, probably Japanese or Chinese. Thomas Patterson says, I didn't see a weapon in his hands. I just saw him grab her bag and ride off. Alright, well, we don't have any frames for that, so we gotta wait. We did it, Boyd! We won! That Ernest really knows a lot about shooting. He even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out hunting to celebrate the victory, so we'll be taking the day off. We deserve it. Oh, I don't know about that, all that, but... Yeah! We are bringing the Birches up! I got 3 new frames. Okay, so he rides up to her. He has the bag at that point. He rides up to her, he snatches the bag. Awesome. Quan Yin Lin, Chinese immigrant, recently expelled from university. I don't have any officers.
211 in progress.
Oof. Am I gonna get people back? Alright. Vandalism at Atticus Tower. A guard went out for a smoke and saw a teenager writing obscenities on the wall of the building. I chased the brat up a tree. You can take it from there. Yeah, we'll just send the Birches. So then we can set our good guys to this. After being expelled from the university, Quan Yin Lin moved here. Send Stovall and Vandal on this. I don't like being down Robbins and Grant. Luckily, it's like the end of the day. Offender caught. You were able to arrest all suspects.
211 complete.
Ah, Birches! Okay, that's fine. Looks like tomorrow's gonna be a long day. More like the first of a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. I've noticed that the elderly people seem to get tired faster. Alright, Freeburg Tribune says according to Dr. Eleanor Waterbury, Thomas Blaine has a new form of schizophrenia. The Golden Bird says Thomas Blaine, pregnant woman killer, sent to a mental hospital. The Fact, Freeburg's #1 paper, says Mayor Rogers not afraid of the competition.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier. He left you this.
A man? What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope and left.
Damn. Okay, let's see about this.
It's anthrax. Don't do it. Oh.
The photo could have been doctored, of course. But Sand doesn't go in for cheap theatrics. Kendrick is dead. His family is dead. And they probably died slowly and painfully. But Sand's got a bigger game. He's not trying to frighten me. He's just trying to clue me in on the facts. I didn't agree to work for him on my own. So now they're just going to insist. Boyd.
Good morning, Jack. I believe you just received my message.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But I assure you, Jack, if I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet.
I like Sand's voice.
Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. Start today.
Eight in 10. It's been my go-to principle since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But now I just officially became a mafia whore. I'm supposed to be fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's gonna happen to 8 and 10?
Achievement unlocked. Severed leg. Today, some relatives have come from a visit. They're from another country and we've never even met before. Can I have the day off? Yes, but come tomorrow. Alright, so we just listened to... What did we listen to yesterday? Alright, let's try this one. Nice red record. I like that. Kwao Yin Lin turned out to be a member of the gang known as the Red Masks. He could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Okay. There are a number of gangs in Freeburg, and that means there's bounties to collect. Some of the criminals you come across will be members of one gang or another. In exchange for immunity, they may be willing to give up their bosses. In this way, you can get your hooks into gang members higher and higher up the food chain and ultimately take down the boss. If you do arrest the boss, the gang will be finished and you'll get to claim a reward. There's also a reward for formally charging gang members. Whenever you arrest a gang member, you get a bonus, but your deal with that person is over. Don't settle for small fish. You use the small fish to catch the big fish. No. Start to investigate him. Take DeBrito and Armstrong. Bao Liang gave several interviews in which he spoke about the atrocities committed by the Red Mask Gang. She embellished a lot and distorted the facts. If you want to keep people from panicking, you'll need to take down the gang within the next 4 days. We might be able to do that. Jack, you swore an oath to serve the city. If you can't keep your promises, we won't keep ours. One more police officer. Oh, great. 350! Holy shit! Alright. Let's look at my personnel. We're good on both sides, but Shift A has the Birches. Alright. I got a raise! Alright, awesome. One more detective check. Let's get... how's our... Alright, so we got 3 and 3. Shift A. Alright, we'll hire this woman for Shift B. And I got a SWAT upgrade. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, yeah. Let's get them to work more. Can I get more? Ah, nope, not yet. Attempted murder at the Sugar Dream Confectionery. A young employee at the factory got into a fight with the manager and is trying to push him into a vat of boiling chocolate. Okay, that's not great. Woodard, take Austin with you. Investigation has started. Right-hand man. Ning He is the faithful assistant to Jin Yang, founding member of the gang. He's entrusted with the most serious jobs. Ning He kept his more valuable prizes at home when he arranges their sale. He then brings them to the Wise Dragon restaurant on the day before he's planning to make the deal. The gang must have had an immediate buyer for the necklace, so Ning He brought it to the restaurant the same night it was stolen. Usually the restaurant is open around the clock, but it was closed that night because an important deal was going down. Ning He has a key to the restaurant. Valuables are kept in the safe under the bar. Okay. They're driving all the way out there. Yeah, good job, guys. Austin's like shaping up to be a real cop. Carjacking in the suburb. Parking lot attendant Dylan Burns reported seeing a teenager walking between cars, trying handles in hopes of finding an unlocked vehicle. Before the attendant could approach him, the teenager found an unlocked door and shut himself inside. A few seconds later, the teen drove shrieking from the parking lot, greatly exceeding the speed limit. He fled toward the suburbs. Purdy, you're up with Tsubaki and Asano. And then if something else pops up, Kochi will take Price out. Or maybe we should hang on to somebody, just in case another one of those things pops up. It's okay, because Woodard and Austin are back.
We've got a situation here.
Alright, overtake the offender, block the road, catch up with the stolen vehicle and open fire, overtake the criminal and attempt to take him into custody. Let's block the road.
113.
Yeah! Good job, guys.
710A.
Hostage situation, oh crap. A weeping child called in, saying that someone was holding him against his will. They won't let me go outside. They torture me and bully me. I don't think I can keep going. I want to go outside and see Pete! It's a little kid who's not allowed to go outside. Alright, so all of our officers are back. Kind of a slow day.
911 at Barbara.
We received a call from an angry casino patron. He claims that one of the casino girls was hanging around the table, lifted his wallet, which he was carrying a couple $1,000s in cash and several credit cards. Casino security shoved him outside, saying he was drunk, but the man isn't giving up so easily. Woodard, you lead, because you got a stripe, and take Purdy with you. There we go. The Sands need help. From Jack, we're dealing with a moron who refuses to pay his debts. Says the police will protect him. I think it's time we show him whose side the police are on. Price, this is why we kept you around. Joseph Lowry's mother wouldn't let him go play until he ate his broccoli. I knew it. I knew it was a false alarm. Yeah, good job, guys. We need to get Purdy some stripes.
412 in progress.
Assault with a deadly weapon at the city center. At the parking lot exit, a security guard stopped in a suspicious-looking van and asked to check the driver's membership card. The female driver reached casually into the glove compartment, then pulled a gun and opened fire. Okay. 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 Price is back. Awesome. And Purdy and Woodard are back too.
Officer on scene.
The police cruiser caught up with the perpetrator's van, tried to run the van off the road, used the bullhorn to order the van to stop, shoot out the criminal's tires. Let's order the van to stop first. The van takes a sharp turn and crashes through the window of a sex shop. A woman exits the vehicle, grabs the shop attendant, and puts a gun to his head. Shoot the criminal in the head. Let go of that man right now. Throw a rubber sex doll at the assailant. I mean, this seems too tame and this seems too harsh, so I think actually...
412.
Damn it. Well, at least the guy wasn't killed. We're working late tonight. Oh, I got 3 new frames. Okay. Okay, so the bar is closed. There's nobody in it. He has keys to the restaurant. So then he walked into the bar where nobody's in it, and then he cleaned out the safe. Oh my god. Ning He, Chinese immigrant, hasn't officially worked anywhere in the past 10 years. Alright, so you're taking with you Kochi and Purdy. And SWAT. A year ago, Ninghui became the owner of the house. The home was listed as a gift on his tax return. Man, we are working overtime. Got him! You were able to arrest all suspects. Alright. Alright, so we can turn him in. Let's not do that. We want to get her. So, but I can't, like, do anything with him except arrest him. So let's just sit on it. And then hopefully tomorrow it'll give me the option. Oh, DeBrito's real tired. Investigation into Francis Kendrick could resume. Racist gangs run wild in the city. And second tower to be built in Freeburg.
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough to knock these people out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of hundred rats in the ice arena. The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers. But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up. Everyone understands when some Freeburg crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions. Myself, I kinda like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop water.
Ugh.
It's something to think about.
I don't drink beer or go to bars, but I hope that that's not a thing that happens. Martin Stead is your new deputy. There's a new movie opening today starring my favorite actor. Can you let me out? No. I was up all night reading an exciting detective story called The Last Temptation of Neptune, and I didn't have time to get to the ending. I'm almost certain the killer was the general. The house cat, you know? I simply cannot rest until I know for sure. Can I go home and finish reading the book? No. My kid's been causing trouble again, and they've called me into a school. Can you give me some time to deal with this? Yes, but come tomorrow. I understand mom duties. New records can be obtained as a gift or a thank you for your service, but why wait when you can refill your collection now? This is Ulrich's list catalog. You can always find a rich assortment at the lowest possible prices. No. I'm kind of happy with what we have now. I haven't listened to this one yet. Billabong. The Mafia can now offer you some very interesting services. You're practically a member of the family now, so it'll hardly cost you a thing. The Sands. The Mafia will falsify a special crime in progress report, and all the officers who arrive at the scene will be killed. Up to 3 crops. No! The officer will falsify a special investigation, and the detective who arrives at the scene will be killed. Only one detective. No! No! Your new assistant is no Kendrick, but he's not as useless as you might seem. He can handle some of your duties when you're pressed for time, but lunch is on you along with any other expenses. Police Academy send your staff for training. Barbecue send employees to an official outdoor party. Hire a snitch. Pay an employee to gather information on you. Oh shit. Employees can testify against me? I don't like that. That's not good.
9/11
Alright, there's been a theft at Bigfoot Athletic Shoe Shop. A shoe store clerk reports that 2 teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display, tried them on, and then, without paying, ran out of the shop while wearing the new shoes. This sounds like a job for Yancey and Robbins. Alright, so we got 2 new people here. We got Norlander and White. White, who didn't show up to work last week. 5 days. Can I click on these buildings to do stuff? Oh, I can. Neat, okay. The teens are standing around smoking not far from the store, admiring their new shoes. Time to return those shoes. Try to grab one of the boys. Hey, mind if I have a cigarette?
9/11.
Awesome. Attempted murder in the suburb. A man returned from work earlier than usual and found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid then called the police when she saw the husband taking a hunting rifle from the wall cabinet. Oh right, Stovall, you're up. And take with you Norlander and the Birches. Got 2 really good guys and 2 not so great guys. We'll keep Roy around for mafia stuff, just in case. Like that. Today in Freeburg, we're hosting the premiere of Back to the Future. The film's distributors have asked the city for an officer to stand at the door to ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras into the theater. That sounds like a job for Roy. Oh, still Vandal and White. Oh, and Yancy and Robbins are back.
410A complete.
Good job, guys. And civilians unharmed, so the murder did not take place. Assault at Freeburg Elementary School. A young father, deprived of his parental rights, tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked a teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. Vandal, head on out there with White. And take Yancy with you, too. Mr. Boyd, Ulrich Bieber, City Center. Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue in which our mutual friend Charles Dill says you can help me with. As you may already know, I own the largest music store in Freeburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half of my record collection in a lawsuit. There's a lot of rare records. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her those records were evidence for an important investigation, she'd just smile and give them whatever they asked for, not even check into the warrant. Alright, this sounds like a job for the Birches. Jack, we have something going down today at the engineering plant at 2209. We wouldn't have any policemen crashing the party. I think $4,000 should be enough for such a request. Should we do it?
10 in progress. 412A.
Right, disorderly conduct at the Gallery of Modern Art. A guard says that someone got into the exhibition hall, scrawled pictures of penises in the artwork, and then hid in the closet. This sounds like Norlander can handle it by himself. Alright, good job, guys. Chief, we helped Ulrich Bieber, and to thank us he gave us a Gennaro Crespo album, The Master. True, Birch Jr. prefers glam, so he was really sad. At the bar by the time the shift ended. Oh, we got $3 grand for that. Where the hell's Roy? Roy seems to have alcohol problems.
Officer on scene.
All the lights are on when the police arrive. The museum caretaker explains that he's only had the job a couple of weeks and he's worried he's going to get fired over this foolishness. The police calm him down and he points to the bathroom stall that the artist has locked himself inside of. Come out with your hands up, enter the adjoining stall, break down the door. Come out with your hands up. The terrified and tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some kind of performance art and that no one understands him. He refuses to surrender and is threatening to stab himself. Tell me more about your work. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. We just want to talk. Tell me more about your work.
210.
Works every time. I'm serious. Like, what happened to Roy? Roy just never came back. He went up... Oh no, he had to go to that thing all day. That's what it was. I thought he got killed or something.
In progress.
Oh, the theft at the engineering plant. This is the one... This is the one we have to ignore for the Sands, and they'll give us $4,000. I think we are going to ignore it.
911 complete.
Yep. Thank you for doing what we asked. Here's the amount we agreed on. That feels bad, but the $15K feels good. Jack, you must have seen from the newspapers the story about Thomas Blaine, the retired cop who went schizophrenic and shot a pregnant woman. That's not really how schizophrenia works. I literally just finished an abnormal psych class. To ensure this tragedy doesn't repeat itself, we decided to conduct psychological testing for all cops over 50 years of age. That includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleanor Waterby is waiting for you in her office. Don't be late. Alright, let's end the day. Alright, well, I think that is all the time I have for today, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I've been Rael, and I'll see you next time. Bye!